In this day and age, it's quite difficult to find very unique AAA or at least AA games. Yes, overall gaming has no shortage of uniqueness, but usually those games are quite small, made by smaller studios and often overlooked. However, from time to time, one game just comes out that blows everything out of the water. Game that is so unique and so beautiful that becomes must-play for every gamer. And I guess you can say that one of such games is HiFi Rush. And in this video, we're going to be reviewing HiFi Rush and deciding whether it is worth it to buy right now or not. And as always, is every single one of my videos, I'm not going to be wasting your time and give you the answer right away. To give you time, play it or do anything else, whatever you want. I don't care. And the answer is resounding yes. HiFi Rush is a unique and very amazing game, mixing gameplay and music in such a unique and a beautiful way that it must not be missed for anyone who enjoys one or both. But it's very difficult to talk about this without actually explaining what this game actually is. So let me just do that. So HiFi Rush is actually a third-person action-adventure game. Some may call it a slasher. And gameplay-wise, it's kind of reminiscent to an old 3D platformers like Ratchet & Clank, or you can even say that somehow reminiscent of Devil May Cry. You're progressing through linear levels, platforming, fighting different enemies, and usually fighting the boss at the end of the level. However, gameplay-wise, this game has a very interesting twist. Everything is synced up to the music. Yes, everything in this world is synced up to the music and its beat. The music that you hear in the background is not just to, well, make everything look better. It literally is a part of gameplay. Everything around synced up to the gameplay, including platforming elements and most importantly enemies and a combat. And you really don't have to sync up to everything, but the only way to complete the game is to do so. Because when you sync your hits to the beats, you deal extra damage and you also unlock different combos and different additional hits. Also, a bit later in the game, you have interesting parry mechanics that you simply cannot complete unless you are syncing up to the music. And this makes game quite unique and very interesting and fun to play. Plus, with an amazing sounding soundtrack, this game is just non-stop fun from the very beginning till the end. And I'm not even talking about how great this game looks. This game has amazing mix of 3D and a 2D graphics as well, because some cutscenes actually transitioning to 2D and it looks absolutely gorgeous. This game is flawless presentation-wise. But even that's not all. Game is actually quite fun and quirky story as well. It's nothing serious, and to be fair, it was very reminiscent for me to Borderlands. Of course, it's not one-to-one Borderlands, but it looks and feels quite similar to that. The world that is overly corporatized, robots everywhere, higher-ups not caring about their employees and try to exploit everyone and everything, and of course having a goal to dominate everyone and everything. Kinda like in Borderlands. It's not taking itself seriously, it's very quirky, very funny, and sometimes maybe even cringy as well, but not bad cringy, it's like quirky cringy. And I actually loved it. But you won't be playing to see what is happening after what and how everything ends. You'll just play this game to spend some time with these amazing characters, and boy, the roster of characters in this game is amazing. Starting from a main character, everyone is quite fleshed out and have quite unique writing and quite unique characteristics. But overall on paper, it all sounds great. But what about the gameplay? What you will be doing to the game through and through? Well, gameplay wise, as I said, it's quite simple. You're going through levels, platforming, completing some minor puzzles, fighting the enemies, and then at the end fighting the boss. But you will quickly realize that some paths on those levels are locked, meaning that you'll be actually backtracking when you'll unlock some other features and some other abilities later in the game. And you unlock quite a lot of different abilities, including companions. Companions in this game are not ever present with you, but you can actually summon them, and each companion has their own unique abilities, like taking down the shields, taking out the fires, and things like that. You unlock and recruit these companions as you progress through the game, of course. And you also unlock and upgrade your abilities through an ability shop. So you have a kind of like an RPG elements or progression elements as well. Additional game has a unique presentations, like changing the perspectives, playing like a 2D platformer side-scroller style, or at some point you're playing from a top-down isometric view. But no game is perfect, of course. And this game has its downsides as well. And this downside is, well, kind of weird and might be unique to me. It might be unique or might not be, but at least that's how I felt. You see, the issue with this game is, well, not being kind of like a homogeneous, or rather you have quite an ups and downs throughout the level. You see during combat, which can be quite easy at some times, but quite challenging at another, depending on your skill level, of course, and that's actually perfectly fine. From time to time, you'll see quite a lot of drop in energy throughout the level. Like you're going combat, platforming element, and then just walking around collecting resources, and this drop in a speed kind of like takes you out of the groove of the game. And being in the groove and being in the rhythm of the game is everything here. You see, sometimes I was so taken out of the rhythm that when I encountered regular enemies after that, I was having a hard time fighting them. I would not say it's a game breaking thing, but it kind of felt a bit weird. But overall, the game has quite a few downsides. But now let's talk about the important part, the actual value and the pricing of the game. Well, first things first, game is not very long but not very short as well. You will need around 10 to 12 hours to complete the entire game. It will take quite a bit longer if you're going to try to get everything in the game, because the game has quite a lot of collectibles as well. But what's most important, pricing wise, game is actually not the full price game. This is the $30 full price game, and most importantly, it is available on a Game Pass, and it was available on day one, which was weird because this game just was not announced. It was announced and launched at the same time, and this was one of the most pleasant surprises of the year 2023. So is this game worth it the price it's asking for? Of course. This game is absolutely worth it, especially if you have a Game Pass. If you have a Game Pass, you must play this, both on PC and on an Xbox. Both run quite well. Even though on a PC, I will have to say that I encountered some issues, some small issues, but still issues nonetheless. Like dissync of a cutscenes. Sometimes like cutscene video would just stutter a bit, and audio will be like a second or two in front of the video. It was a bit jarring, especially how great cutscenes actually look. I did not have that issues on Xbox. However, on PC, I did not have any issues during a gameplay. So do I think that this game is worth to buy? Yes. This is absolutely must-play game for every gamer. This is amazing feel-good time that you sit down, complete, have a beautiful time, and then move on with an amazing memories of this game. And I highly recommend to get this, especially if you're owner of an Xbox console, because this is probably one of the best games of this generation on an Xbox. So yeah, overall this game is absolutely worth it, and you need to get this game. Oh, and by the way, if you're looking for an amazing single-player games, I have an entire list right here of 27 amazing single-player games. Or you can just watch whatever YouTube is telling you to watch right here. Oh, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe as well. This will be it for today, and take care. See ya.